applause. Today's gospel is like the Magnificat. It's the ways in which we again experience the two women. And so, without further ado, let's hear from one of the characters that we heard in the gospel today. Elizabeth is with us today to talk about her experience.
She took her first breath. I remember her baby, her little infant laughter. I held her hand when she first walked. And I taught her how to pray. And I taught her how to trust God. And she grew into a lovely young woman. I felt as though she was my very own daughter. And now, Mary, my cousin was going to have a baby and no husband. Oh, I heard the story. I heard the story that she was surrounded by a great light, and an angel spoke to her and told her that she was to be a mother. She was to be the mother of the Son of God. Well, I knew the hand of God moved mysteriously. Wasn't I pregnant? I who had given up a long time ago the thought of that I would have a baby. Oh, yes, with God all things are possible. But Mary, the mother of the Messiah that we had waited for so long, how could it be? Well, she was a very good girl. She was obedient to everyone. But she was ordinary. Why would God choose such a simple vessel for such a glorious quest? Now Mary was coming to visit me from Nazareth. She was going to stay with me and my husband, Zechariah. Now, Zechariah had not spoken a word ever since the night he dreamt that I was going to give birth to a son. I, who was way past the age for this to be even possible. But even though he didn't speak, I knew that he disapproved. But I also knew this man very well. And I knew that he felt it would be good for Mary to leave her home in Nazareth, away from the staring and accusing eyes once she began to show. Well, maybe that's true. All I knew was that she should be with me, her cousin Elizabeth. And I was prepared to welcome her with love, despite her condition. The day she arrived, I saw her come through the courtyard, but the sun blinded me. And all I saw was her little outline. Oh my goodness, she was so much younger and smaller than I remembered. Well, she was still just a child. And then her form covered up the sun, and I saw her face. I saw her face, and a light shone forth from her face that was blazing. It dazzled. And in that light, child within my cousin Mary would be the light of the world. I got you a niece before my cousin Mary, who was the most blessed woman on the earth. But then, weren't we both blessed? Two simple, ordinary women carrying redemption within us. I placed my hand on her belly, and as her child stirred, my child danced within my womb. All things are possible with God. I thank you very much, and I hope you all have a very, very blessed Christmas.
Would those young folks that have their prayers and their petitions, could you come up and we'll take a moment